Hello guys, it's me, VS Lightning, once again. If you guys guessed that I have a PM-9 M.O.A.B on lockdown, in hardcore, solo, while using support, you're dead wrong. Alright, I'm kidding, that's exactly what I have. Yes, that's a mouthful to say. Usually it's just I have a gun M.O.A.B on this map with Specialist, but this is a little bit different than what you usually see. Mostly you usually see Specialist on, Core Domination, sometimes TDM, not so often, or, Kill Confirmed, but I am doing Hardcore Domination because that's what I thought would work best for the PM-9, and I'm using support because I think that works best with Hardcore Domination, or any hardcore game mode really, but you've seen it before. I don't really got to talk too much about my setup. UAV Ballistic Vest just because that's my choice. Scavenger for ammo. Assassin because it's the best tier 2 perk. And Sitrep Pro because it's the best for hardcore. Now, the PM-9 M.O.A.B is something that I've been working on for quite a while. I've gotten like the 2500 kill title with it before I even got a M.O.A.B with it, which is kind of bad in my standards, but PM-9 is like the worst, it's the worst submachine gun out there. It's kind of good for hip firing, but otherwise, in core, it's just not one that really works for me. I've came close to a couple core domination M.O.A.Bs with the PM-9, but I died to some bullcrap thing at the last minute. That even happened a couple times while doing hardcore domination. I'm not saying that you can just jump into a hardcore domination game and get a M.O.A.B that looks roughly like this one, but yeah, it is about the right lobby and just kind of having a perfect game for whatever you're going for. But today's subject is on getting your first M.O.A.B. I know a lot of other commentators have done, tips and videos on how to get your first M.O.A.B, but I didn't think it would hurt to have another opinion or another word, I guess, from another commentator. Different people, different ideas, and you might learn something new or different about what could help you get your first M.O.A.B if you haven't already. There's quite a few people out there that haven't, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own play style, everybody's different, so if you haven't gotten yours yet, then maybe you just need to try something a little bit different. First of all, I'm going to say the best, I think, class setup for going for your first M.O.A.B, because you're going to want the best stuff. After you get your first M.O.A.B, then you definitely don't have to use this stuff. You can use whatever guns you want, try different guns. That's kind of how I started out. So, the class I would pick for going for your first M.O.A.B is the ACR, because as everybody knows, it's like the best gun in Modern Warfare 2. Put a silencer and extend mags on there, and, you have, like, the most versatile gun in Modern Warfare 3. Did I say Modern Warfare 2 a little bit ago? Man, it's horrible. I meant Modern Warfare 3, obviously. So ACR, silencer, extended mags, and secondary, I'd pick MP9 with a silencer. You can opt for extended mags on that, but I would definitely prefer silencer myself so that you don't get seen while shooting your gun at all throughout the streak. For perks, for starting out with, I would definitely go Blind Eye, Assassin, and Sitrep Pro if you have a headset in Sitrep Pro, and if you do not, then I would definitely go Marksman, because that perk that's what I think I used mostly before I started using Sitrep Pro. And even I use that now. I don't always use Sitrep Pro. I will sometimes opt for Marksman because that allows you to see some people that you couldn't see before. And if you don't like being heard, then you can always pick Dead Silence. It's just picking what you really want. That's or not one, but what works best for you, and that's different for different people. I prefer Sitrep Pro to Marksman. I know a lot of people prefer Dead Silence, but for that tier 3 perk, just pick whatever one you're most comfortable with. For the other two tiers, I would definitely go with Blind Eye and Assassin. Now, for your Specialist unlock, this one is completely about what feels right for you, what works best for you. I personally would pick Scavenger for my first one because you can usually run out of ammo before you get to the 8 kill streak rewards and unlock Scavenger from from the Specialist rewards, or from the Specialist reward, and so yeah, I definitely pick Scavenger as one of your first two that you earn. And then I prefer Sleight of Hand because that is just a very helpful perk. It makes a lot easier, especially when you're running into gunfights with a lot of people. You want to make sure you can reload as fast as you can so that you can pull back up and start shooting again. And for the third unlock, I can't remember what I usually pick. Probably Marksman or whatever tier 3 perk that you're not using that you weren't sure about earlier. And, you know, for those unlocks, you can pick what you think will work best for you. I'd at least recommend Scavenger, but you can pick any of the perks otherwise. You know, pick Blast Shield if you're worried about getting blown up or something like that. You know, just pick what you think will work best for whatever you're trying to do, what map you're working on. So, that's about your setup that I think you should have when going for your first MOAB, and that's, I think, a pretty decent setup. Now, the first thing you want to do when going for MOAB is not camp. Don't camp. But don't rush around completely either. You want to kind of get the feel of kind of rushing around / camping, or not camping, but, you know, playing defensively, I guess is the best word for it. Playing defensively and just being careful about what you do, while at the same time not camping in a corner or completely rushing around people. And that's about all I really have to say for going for your first MOAB. I might say more about it later on in other games, but as you've seen, I picked up the MOAB, which means this game is wrapping up rather fast. So if you liked it, hit that like button. If you didn't, dislike it. Leave some feedback if you'd like, and until next time, I'll see you all guys later.